was definitely a game that goes into an odd category. You guys played really well, well, pretty much the whole game, possession-wise and everything, but they just got a bounce in goal. What was your thoughts on the overall performance?
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go 72-0, but that's never going to happen. One of those games. Yeah, we probably should have been up 4-0 after the first period. We're up. I think when we got up 2-0 in the second, um, we played really perimeter. Like we wanted to score the pretty goal. Where like our first two goals were really we created turnovers on the forecheck, got a puck to the net, executed right. Like at the end of the day, no matter how nice the goals you score are, usually they come from the blue paint. I think we kind of got away from that for a portion of the game, even though we dominated possession wise. Like we wanted to make that extra pass, we wanted to make that extra play, and then it just when sometimes you just got to get to the net. Excuse me, and that's kind of the story, And then you let them hang around, Game winner's a shit goal, and I don't mean like it's a bad bounce, and I like I said, like we haven't lost in regulation now. That would have been like our 13th in a row, getting a point. So this is going to happen. I think there's positives to take from the game. We one thing I didn't like, they had 14 shots. I bet they probably had 10 scoring chances, which isn't good enough. I'm not going to count the game winner, but Nags had to make some big saves in a tough game where he doesn't have to do anything, and then all of a sudden every shot's a grade A. That's really hard for a goalie, and he made a bunch of really good saves. It's just like I said, you can't have 7 shots given up in 2 periods, and we've credited him with 7 scoring chances. So that's got to be better. But by and large, sun will come up tomorrow, and we'll get to work.
And speaking of making the extra pass, it seemed like a lot of people tonight were making the extra drop back pass. Or do you think there was a couple plays where guys should just kept carrying the puck in and tried to make a pass a little bit later than they actually dropped?
Yeah, I think that's a byproduct, like you said, playing on the perimeter. Like we had line rushes on a lot of guys instead of what we're good at. We drive the net, got a good middle drive, we back people off. Then there's that second layer we can delay, where we can hit the guy going to the net. Whereas like our guy who should have been net driving a lot just got perimeter. And it's just like those are plays that really you're actually making life easier on the team defending. So again, we got to be better. Watching video on that and improve. But like I said, hockey's a weird game. Like sometimes, you're skating around on on little tiny steel blades, and you're chasing around a puck that bounces on ice. You know, shit happens sometimes over the course of 72 games, and we know we're the better team. Every statistic in that game says we're the better team other than the scoreboard, and obviously we want to win. But you know, we're going to take the positives from tonight and try and get back on the horse tomorrow.
Speaking of being really good tonight, Brayden Low had a couple of chances, pretty much everything but the finish. What did you think of his game overall tonight?
Yeah, Losey played well. He competes every night. Like he's been great. I think his PKing has been a lot better lately. He had the shorty on Wednesday night, and then back-to-back breakaways tonight where they don't go in, but again, you can't score every single time, and I think just like I said, it easily could have been 4-0 after the first period, and we're sitting here having a completely different conversation. Give their goalie credit; he made some saves early that kept him in the game, and then and we let him off the hook. But Losey played really well. That whole line was good. Coop finally got back on the score sheet after a while with his first, and in a while, but got the game going. Like I said, you kind of have to laugh at it a little bit. The whole game as a whole. So.
Yeah. And then Cooper got his goal right after the power play expired. You guys still went 0 for on the power play, but got chances on the second one in a pretty good bit. What did you think of the overall power play tonight as a whole?
Okay. Again, I think again we're a little too perimeter there. Where again we can be at more of an attack mentality. You know, somebody's got to explain to me how we can control possession, have 32 shots to 14, and somehow have less power plays than the other team when literally when in the game of hockey a penalty could be called on every play, yet we have the puck the whole game and they somehow more power plays. And we have 120 less penalty minutes than anybody else in the league. So that one's going to have to, is that why we lost the game? Absolutely not. But I mean, it's not rocket appliances here. That's a fact. And was our power play good enough on our chances? No, but really it was 2.5 chances because we had 1 minute 4-on-4 on our last one, right? So when they took it, so they actually only got called for 2 infractions, stick infractions, because one's a too many men. So, I that's frustrating for a team. We pride ourselves on being disciplined, and then you're not rewarded for it. Like I said, the most shots they had in the period was 7. Yet, we're killing more penalties. That's tough to swallow. But our power play's got to find a way to score. But at the end of the day, like, we're still 20+% on the power play. Like, we'll be fine and keep going. It's just it's a weird night, I guess, more than anything.
And my last question would be Will McKinnon, who my memory certainly right was out at University of New Hampshire Hockey East. What did you think of his first game? He seemed to be playing with some pretty decent jump. And how do you envision utilizing him going forward?
Yeah, obviously he was played on his toes. I think a little jittery. He's going to be a good player. First game, I think a couple plays there that are college written all over him. And we say you got to kind of coach the college out of guys sometimes with the mindset of just playing like a robot and doing the same thing every time because make the safe play. Whereas like to me, safe is death a little bit. And so we'll work with him in that. But like he works, he can skate. He wants to be physical. He's going to continue to get better. Like all the guys we see come out of school. He's super young too. I think he's only a 2000 birth year. So for a guy coming out of school, that's really, really young. Millie's a rookie pro at and he's an 01 birthday. So lots of room to grow for him. I know he was at Flyers development camp a few years ago, and there's a lot of tools there. I like his game. Like for first game, like I said, there's some things we can work on and get the college out of him. But other than that, I like him. And he's willing to learn. Like he wants to get better, and those are the guys you want around. And we're excited to have him. He brings a physical element that maybe we don't have necessarily on the back end. A lot of like Branner's really the only really physical guy. I take that back. Coxie is, but 2 out of 6 guys every night. That's more of a physical presence. Now you add that, like there's got to be a little of both. So, like I said, good start for him, and he's only going to get better.
Thanks, Coach.
Yep.
This was one of those games. Coach even said it. You guys played better puck possession throughout the night. A crap bounce goes against you at the end. What was your overall assessment of the team's overall play this season?
Yeah, I thought we were moving pretty good. Just didn't bury on our chances, but we seem to have lapses here and there. We got to clean those up, but overall, I thought we were moving the puck well, created a lot of offense when we were in the offensive zone, and just didn't get it done, unfortunately.
And Coach was saying the play might have got a little bit too perimeter after you went up 2-0. Do you agree with that? And 2, what do you think you guys can adjust to do better tomorrow so that doesn't happen and you have better drives to the net?
Yeah, no, it looks pretty when we're dancing around the outside and making stuff happen on the outside with the puck, but at the end of the day, we got to get to the net, and he's right, and he preached that between second intermission. We just got to do a better job of getting to the hard areas to score, and I think we did a little bit better job of that in the third, and we saw what happened. Things opened up a little bit for us, but no, I agree with what he's saying. We got to get to the paint.
And then on the PK, you obviously are someone that brings a huge energy and vigor to the PK. Had a couple good chances tonight. Can you talk about just how fun that role is to play for somebody like you that seems to really get a lot of fire in the volleyball and the penalty kill?
Yeah, I don't know. We watch the video on the teams that are coming in, and I like to think I have a pretty good stick and being able to read kind of where they're going with it. So, sometimes it happens and you get chances. Sometimes it doesn't. But tonight, just one of those games where I was able to break loose. I just got to bury and and score in the when I get chances like that.
And what did you guys think of Pat's overall play tonight? You didn't have to face a lot of shots, but some of them were high octane chances, and he still came out.
He's awesome. He's an elite goalie. He bailed us out a few times when we broke down, and you hate to say you expect it from him, but you do. Like he's got us. He's got our back when we break down defensively. So I thought we did a pretty good job of limiting their chances, but when they were when they got chances, they were high end. So credit to him and what he's doing back there for us.
And you guys seem to acquired a good young player out of New Hampshire in Will McKinnon. What did you think of the young kid in his first game as a leader on this team?
Yeah, he was solid. Honestly, I didn't watch him. I kind of just get too zoned into what we're doing. But overall, I've seen him in practice a couple times. Yeah, it looks good. He's solid, big and strong. So I'm looking forward to seeing how his game translates here to pro.
And then going into tomorrow, one of the things that you you guys obviously want to start hitting on maybe at a little bit higher percentage is the power play. What adjustments do you think? You guys got a few changes on the second one, but what adjustments do you think could be made to have that be creating higher A-plus chances?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a power play guy, so you'll have to ask them. But from what I saw, they got some good looks, and yeah, I don't know. That's not my area of expertise.
I didn't know if you had an opinion just from gazing on at the
No,
bench.
I usually catch my breath on the power play and just kind of calm down a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah. My last question for tonight would be, overall, obviously, even in today's game, you guys still kept on playing a good overall team base. This is just one of those games and you just keep the strategy going, you just keep your heads upright and just push into tomorrow, because you guys did play a good game overall. It's just like Coach always says, shit happens and it went the wrong direction.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we know how good we are. We're at the top of the league for a reason, and you know, just keep going. Again, one of those games doesn't go our way. We had our chances, should have scored, and you know, I think that third one was a bit lucky on their part too. So credit to them, they found a way. But yeah, I think we'll come out and get it done tomorrow night.
Thanks so much, Brayden.
Got it.